Rose's story is the kind of story that makes you stop and rethink what strength really looks like.
I went through some stuff with my dad as a child. There's still some things I don't remember because God has blessed me by not letting me remember.
And instead of letting pain define her future, Rose chose different. She chose discipline, she chose purpose, and she chose to live.
You know, it was 8 of us. Some of my siblings turned to alcohol. Some of them turned to drugs. I was just the opposite. I was determined not to.
Rose went on to serve 20 years in the U.S. Army, continued her career in government, and built a legacy of faith, family, and helping others grow.
I am 73 years old. I have 3 children, 7 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren.
Okay. But even after building a life of strength, Rose faced a heartbreak that could have shut anyone down, losing her husband, Walter, after 25 years of marriage.
He turned 46 on March 20th. We celebrated 25 years on March 25th, and he died March 26th. But it was okay.
Rose didn't just survive that loss, she healed. And at 66 years old, at an age where most people feel like love is behind them, Rose found love again.
So we reconnected in 2014, and we just started talking again and then got married in 2016.
Through every chapter, trauma, grief, rebuilding, Rose held on to joy. She's living proof that your past doesn't define you, it strengthens you. And the way she talks about faith, forgiveness, and purpose will stick with you.
I would not be who I am if it was not for God. My past doesn't define me. It just strengthens me.
Rose's life is beautiful, not because it was easy, but because she kept choosing hope anyway. You're gonna wanna hear how she did it and what she has to say to the rest of us. Make sure you stay tuned for the full episode. You don't wanna miss it.
Well, my name is Rose Lo Dunham. I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
I spent 20 years in the Army, retired in 1995 from the military, stayed with the government, retired from there in 2011.
Okay.
I am 73 years old.
Okay.
I have 3 children. I have 5 grandchildren. No, 7 grandchildren.
Okay.
And 5 great-grandchildren.
Okay. 5 great-grandchildren.
5 great-grandchildren. Yeah.
You said your husband in 2012.
12. He passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see a ring on your finger.
Yes, it's because I'm remarried.
You're married, okay.
Yeah, to Mr. Dunham. That's why my name is Lo Dunham. We've been married now for 8 years.
Okay.
And he's a retired policeman from Denver.
Okay. I want to start from the beginning, but I'm really curious about like marriage because you've just talked about it.
Yeah.
2012, 8 years. That means you were married in 2016.
2016.
So that was a 4-year, I guess, period of time between when your husband passed and you met your new husband.
Right.
I feel like I'm jumping ahead here, but kind of like take me through those 4 years because I'm sure that there had to be some healing involved before you.
It was. The first year I just shut down.
Really?
I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to do anything. And I'm a very active person, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, I did what I had to do. But just to do the things that I would just normally do just for Rose, I didn't. I didn't want to. My husband and I used to go to Vegas every year. So I'm not a gambler, but I love the shows. He would gamble. I would watch the shows. So I started doing that every year. Just me. I would just get away to do that for a week every year.
Okay.
So that really helped with the healing. Now, my husband that I have now, we dated when I was in my 20s.
Oh, really?
We're both from Chicago.
Okay.
And so he went his way when I went into the service and I went mine. That's the only, really the only reason why we separated.
Okay.
It's like, I'm not following you to no army. So, which was fine.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. So we reconnected in 2014 on Facebook.
Okay.
You know, And we just started talking again. And then 2015, he moved here from California. And we got married in 2016.
Did he move from California to be with you?
Yeah, he did.
So you guys split years ago because you didn't want to follow him. And then years later, he ends up leaving what he's got going on in California to follow you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was your first husband's name?
Walter.
It's Walter.
Yeah.
How long were you guys married?
25 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. In fact, the year that he passed, he turned 46 on March 20th. We celebrated 25 years on March 25th, and he died March 26th.
Really?
Yeah, but it was okay.
Did you have that same attitude when it happened?
I did because I was prepared. My husband had COPD and sarcoidosis. And so I believe in my father. And so he prepared me for all of this. I used to work at Fort McPherson, and they shut Fort McPherson down and moved to Fort Bragg, Carolina. And it's like, I am not going to Fort Bragg. So, but it was a good thing because my husband's condition worsened. So during the time that I wasn't working, God allowed me to be there with him. So it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Have that extra time together.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you've been married now currently for 8 years. You're 74. That means you were married again at 66 years old.
Yeah.
And I think, as a 32-year-old young man, and most people, I'm sure, you don't imagine that you find love and get married at 66.
Correct.
You almost defied odds in a sense.
I wasn't looking for it. I really wasn't. It's like I'm contented with my new season, my new life without my husband.
Yeah.
And like I said, we had been married for so long, and we knew each other way before then. Because we were both in the military. So I didn't like him when I first met him.
Oh, really?
No, couldn't stand him. He was so arrogant. But then he sort of grew on me.
Okay.
And so we ended up getting married. So I wasn't looking for a life all over again. I was okay just me being me.
So how do you make the decision at 66 to get married again? What is I guess, because after you spent so much time married and then you're in a new season of life where I guess you're, by yourself, what are some of the things that are okay, these are the reasons why I want to pursue marriage again?
Right. You do get lonely because you're used to someone being there with you all the time, So I wanted a companion. Plus, I have always had this thing at church when I would be jealous because I would see couples there. It's like, okay, I miss that, But I wanted someone that I could do that with.
Yeah.
And God put him back in my life.
Interesting.
To do that. So I wasn't this way when he knew me before.
Yeah.
So that was a huge change.
Yeah.
He was brought up as in Catholicism.
Okay.
Okay. And I wasn't. So we had a little bit of a difference. But he converted.
Oh, wow.
He did convert. And so he no longer practices Catholicism.
So that's funny because everybody assumes that after you get a certain age, you're pretty much stuck in your ways.
Yeah.
And life is what it is. But I assume he's around the same age. I guess.
Exactly. In fact, he calls me a cougar because I'm 2 weeks older.
You're a cougar for being
2 weeks older. Yeah.
Wow. So he had a completely different perspective of God presented to him and said, you know what? I guess somewhere between 66 and 74. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did. He started going to church with me. I mean, I would go to Catholic church mass with him. It's like, I'm not feeling this, But I did not want him to just think he had to go with me. I knew I was not going to go over to Catholicism. That was not an option. But that's my husband. So I wanted to go to show him it's like, okay, dude, this not working.
Yeah.
So he gradually started going to church with me every Sunday. I mean, every Sunday. And he's right there. He's listening. And, he started reading the Bible because, in Catholic Mass, they don't read a Bible. They have the little, I don't know what you call the books that they have.
Yeah.
So whatever the priest is preaching on, you just read from that.
Right, yeah.
I would go open up my Bible like, no, I don't want to know what he's telling me. I want to see for myself, So then Kirk started doing that. And so we have a King James Bible now. He's put his Catholic Bible to the side. And we just doing what God calls us to do.
That's beautiful. What do you think that Walter would say? I'm sure he would be happy, obviously, that you're happy.
That's just what he would say, because we talked about it.
Really?
Yeah, we would, because we knew he was gonna die. I mean, I didn't know the day naturally, but I know God was preparing my heart for that. And my husband wasn't saved the whole time we were married. He would go to church with me sometimes, or if I was speaking, or if I was doing something in the church, he was always very supportive, but he had not committed himself to Christ. So I would tell him all the time, honey, you need to do this. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And so at one point, God said, just leave him alone. You do what I'm calling you to do, and I'll take care of him. And so we were sitting at the table maybe 2 to 3 weeks before he passed. And I said, I'm going to lose you to this world, but I don't want to lose you for all eternity. So I want you to give your life to Christ. He said, honey, I do believe. I wanted him to read Romans 10:9. I wanted him to just say the whole thing.
Yeah.
And in my spirit, it's like, that's enough.
Yeah.
He says he believes that's enough. So I know he's okay. So he died, like I said, a couple of weeks later, but it was okay. I was praising God while he was in the hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
That takes a lot of strength. Have you always been resilient?
Yeah, I've always been. When you grow up in Chicago, you sort of have to be.
Let's go back to that.
I didn't want you to go back there, but yeah.
Let's spend a little bit of time there. But so, born and raised in Chicago, how long were you there?
I left there when I was 25.
Okay, so you spent my whole life there. Pretty much your whole, all the dangerous years.
Yeah, exactly.
For young people, I'm 32 now. I feel like I didn't really get mature in my brain until the past, 3, 4, 5 years. But age 17 to 25, I think, are the most dangerous years because we're just not fully developed. Humans are just prone to mistakes. Obviously, you're still here, but I assume that you must have went through some interesting experiences to have developed the type of resilience that you have now.
Yeah. When you're growing up in Chicago and you're poor and you don't know you're poor, it was 8 of us, 8 children. My dad left when I was 12. So my mom raised us. My oldest brother dropped out of school to help my mom. So we went through a lot of stuff as a family. Some of my siblings turned to alcohol. Some of them turned to drugs. I was just the opposite. I was determined not to. I didn't want to live like we were brought up with the rats and the roaches and stuff like that. So it affected me differently than it did some of my siblings.
Where did you fall in the lineup of all 8 of you?
My mom was married twice, so I'm the 3rd child, but I'm the oldest of my dad.
Okay, I got you.
So I'm the oldest of 6.
Okay.
So my oldest brother was a character. Frank, he was a character, but he was an alcoholic. But that was my dad's fault because he put him into that. Just smoking.
Your dad introduced him to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned that your dad left at 12.
When I was 12, my dad left. He got a phone. He got a Western Union one night. It was like 9 or 10 o'clock or something. And he told my mom, he said, I have to go to the store. He never came back.
So that's like a joke. What people say, your dad went to the store for milk.
He went for cigarettes and he never came back.
Really?
He never came back. So we didn't know if something had happened to him, if he had died or, because Chicago is Chicago. Yeah. And so maybe 2 years later, we found out he went to St. Louis, which is where he's from.
How did you find out?
I have an uncle. I had an uncle. He's passed now too. That I've always been close to. My mom was always close to, and he told us. Well, for my mom, George is here, right? Like, no, we didn't know where he was. So naturally, the anger was there because you left my mom with 8 kids.
Yeah.
My mom wasn't working.
Wow.
She depended on him. So we had to get on aid and all this other kind of stuff. But it just made me stronger. Whereas some of my siblings, it didn't.
So it made you stronger. What did that kind of do to some of your other siblings? I know one turned to alcohol and drugs.
Yeah, well, like I said, my oldest brother was alcoholic. My sister is okay.
Okay.
The oldest sister, she's still living.
Oh, good.
So she's okay. My brother, that's a year younger, he's deceased now. He was on drugs, really bad. Then my sister Judy, she turned to drugs, So it was just me. My youngest brother also turned to drugs. So it was only two of us who really did it, but only by the grace of God.
Yeah.
Is my youngest brother is great.
Okay.
He's been off drugs. Has a beautiful family, raised an amazing son, so he's fine. My oldest sister is fine. She'll be 79 this year.
Oh, wow.
So she's doing great. My sister, that's Judy, she finally got clean, but now, when you be on drugs for so long, it tears your body down. So she's still living in Florida, but she has a lot of medical issues. Yeah. And my brother, the one that's a year younger, he passed. Not from drugs, though, which is another story in itself. But he died of complications of diabetes. We didn't know he was diabetic. But he died on my mom's birthday, a year before she died.
When did your mom pass?
My mom died in 2018.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's recent.
Yeah.
How old was she?
92.
92?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I look at like my grandma, for example, I think one of the things that's hard to imagine is that you also have parents, especially as a kid. Like I see my mom and then I see that has a mom, which is my grandma, but I don't often think about the fact that she also had parents. And, you don't get old enough you don't start getting curious about that until you're old enough.
Correct.
But you had your mom pretty much for a large portion of your life.
Yeah.
What was it like to lose her at 92? Was it still that the sadness that you would expect when you lose your mom?
Yeah, because I was there when she died. And it hit hard.
Really?
Really, really hard. I mean, I know my mom's okay. I know where she is. So that's always a comfort, but that's still your mom, So I was relieved that she was no longer going through, because she had like 4 heart attacks back to back to back.
Wow.
She had lost her sight. She had dementia, so you don't want to see those kind of changes. So I never prayed for God to take her. I really didn't. I wanted him to heal her, but to heal her and leave her here. But, God heals in his way.
Right. Yeah.
So he healed her. She left me here with all this mess. But my mom is fine,
Yeah.
But to see her in the hospital and,
That's tough.
not talking, yeah. But I'm smiling because God allowed me to get there as fast as I did. And everything fell into place. I had planned to go home the week later to just be with my mom, because I never told my mom when I was coming home. I just showed up. So I had already bought a ticket to, go the following week. And then when my brother called me and told me, mom had another heart attack and she's in the hospital. I called the air Delta, called the airlines, told them what happened. They didn't charge me to change my ticket. They got me out that day. And I was at home before anybody realized it. So I was able to hold her hand and say, Mama, it's okay. If you want to go home now, you can go. And I don't care what anybody says. They say she wasn't, because they had her hooked up to, machines and breathing. And they said, well, she can't hear you. Yeah, she heard me because she squeezed my hand. No, yeah, she did. Don't tell me what she didn't do. So, and then I stayed there with her, and my siblings had gone home to get some rest. And I hadn't even checked into my hotel yet. So I told the doctors I got to go check in hotel. By the time I got home and took me to the hotel, took a shower, my brother called me and said, you need to come back. So I wasn't far. Jumped in the car and went there, and still holding her hand, said, Ma, it's okay. So we found out that just the machine was keeping her alive. So we said, we don't want that for her.
Yeah.
So within 10 minutes after they unplugged it, she left.
Really?
That was the hardest. Just to.
That's okay. That's okay.
Just to see that part was hard. But our God is amazing. So the strength that I needed, he gave me.
Yeah.
So she's okay.
I wonder if your strength could be attributed to some of the other hard things that you had to see growing up, because having siblings that were using drugs, I'm sure to watch, I mean, like, I can't imagine, like, I have 5 brothers of my own, and to be with someone since they were like a baby and to watch them, to watch their lives turn into, you know, I guess what looks like an unproductive way to live, doing something that's certainly not good for you. I'm sure, like, how do you hold out hope and faith while they're kind of like going through their trials and tribulations, trying to figure it out on their own?
I wasn't always a believer. My dad was a minister, a pastor in a church, in name only, not at home, in name only. So I didn't want to hear anything about God because the church that we were brought up in, you couldn't ask questions. You know, it's like, just do it because I told you to do it. You know, that's what he says, so don't worry about it. So the faith wasn't there. So I had to find my way. You know, I mean, I've done my, I'm not going into that. I've done my share.
We're not going into that today.
We're not going to that one. Where I definitely wasn't who I am. Yeah. But I knew of him. I knew of God, but I didn't have a relationship with him. So once I went through some stuff with my dad as a child, molestation from my dad, I know he got me through that as young as I was. So it's still some things I don't remember because God has blessed me by not letting me remember. But over the years, being around certain people who were believers, and I wanted what they had. You know, how can they go through stuff and they're still happy and they're not crying? And it's like, okay, I want that. I want that. So being in service, we move around a lot. But I did date a guy who was sort of saved. He wasn't saved. So he had a better relationship with God than I did.
Sure.
And that was my start, you know. And then over time, it's like, okay, you know who God is. So it's up to me. I always thought I would die at 30 because of my lifestyle. You know, was very promiscuous, you know, doing things I had no business doing. I was looking for a love that wasn't there because I didn't get it from my dad, you know, stuff like that. So it makes you strong. It makes you grow up and do some things the right way.
Was your dad a minister pretty much since you've been born?
Yeah.
So how do you reconcile how someone could, I guess, be a Christian by name and then still, I don't even have the words, it's hard for me to.
You don't. You really don't. This, like I said, this happened from between the ages of 5 and 9. And I did not forgive my dad until, I had moved here. So 1993. You know.
This is when you forgave him?
I didn't want anything to do with him. I always knew where he was, you know, because my uncle always told me where he was. So I knew where he was. But I didn't want to have anything to do with him because I was holding all of this anger.
Yeah.
And I was saved then. You know, by that time I was saved. But I still hadn't let that go. I had not been healed from that part. And to be honest, one day I just heard God say, "You've got to call him."
I ain't calling him.
And I'm looking around like, you must be talking to somebody else. You cannot be talking to me. And he's like, no, I'm telling you, you need to call your dad and tell him you forgive him. I fought that tooth and nails like God.
For how long? How long did you fight it?
I want to say for months.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, no, God, I can't do that. I can't do that. And God is relentless.
Yeah.
when he wants you to do something. And I know my faith would have gotten me through, but I wasn't ready to do that until God just, like, you're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have my way. You're going to do this. I remember picking up the phone and I called him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I just want you to know that I forgive you.
Mm.
And in my heart, I'm waiting for him to say, I'm sorry. His response was, okay.
And there was never an I'm sorry.
No.
Really?
No, never an I'm sorry. But let me tell you how God works.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my dad got sick after that. He had cancer, prostate cancer, and something went wrong. So he wasn't quite right anymore. God had me running up and down the road from here to St. Louis 3 and 4 times a month to help take care of my dad.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Praying for my dad, praying over my dad, speaking at his funeral, helping to, arrange his funeral. That's all God. Because I didn't have the power to do that on my own. But could only do that because I truly, truly forgave him. So it didn't matter whether he said, I'm sorry or not.
Mm-hmm.
I was no longer burdened
Mm-hmm.
because God told me to release it.
Yeah.
So, and that's only as your faith grows, it
Mm-hmm.
just gets stronger.
That upbringing, that environment that I guess you were raised in,
Mm-hmm.
and the things that happened, how do you think that affected you as an adult, as a young adult?
It wasn't good. It really wasn't. I mean, I can look back over it now,
Mm-hmm.
but back then it's like I gave people a very hard time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't trust any men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did not trust anybody. They had to earn a trust.
Mm-hmm.
I became extremely independent. I mean, to the point where it was obsessive.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy that I was dating told me once, what do you need me for? I don't.
Mm-hmm.
That was my quick response. I really don't.
Yeah.
Anything that you're doing for me, I can do for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you bitter because you don't trust anybody. You always look for the worst in people.
Yeah.
Until you get to a point where you're just tired. You're tired of going through that. It's like, okay, I'm not happy because, and I had two children. I had all 3 of my children. I have 2 daughters and a son, but I only raised my daughters. I didn't raise my son.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you very bitter,
Mm-hmm.
angry, just surviving,
Mm-hmm.
but not happy.
Yeah.
Not happy because I couldn't understand,
Right. Yeah.
why he did what he did.
Do you ever understand that?
No, but I stopped trying. See, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Once he released me from the burden of carrying that around and making everybody else pay
Yeah.
for what he did, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It really doesn't. I was protected for my sister because he was trying with her, and that I wasn't having it.
Right. Yeah.
Even as a child, it's like, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. And I remember telling my mom, and her response was, well, just don't be in a room with him by yourself. It's like, you're my mom. So we didn't have a good relationship for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. But that was also taken care of because I had to forgive her. And she did say she was sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that conversation like?
God is he has jokes.
Oh, I know.
One of the times I went to visit and we were just talking, and we were always talking about the Bible in some form or fashion. And I was telling her what my dad did. She said, I know. I said, why did you let that happen? She said, that was my husband. And back then, you just handled it. You just took whatever to keep that marriage together. I said, but I'm your child.
Yeah.
That's my dad. She says, well, I didn't look at it like that. She says, but over time, she says, I knew what he was doing. She said, and I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you because they would fight. He would beat my mom. So it was a lot of stuff going on in the house. So that made her more afraid of him than protecting me.
Of course.
So he gave me a tough skin.
Yeah.
I would fight like nobody's business because I had to.
You had no choice.
Yeah, I didn't have no choice.
So fast forward, you have your own children.
Yes.
How do you experience your own children and loving them and keeping them safe, knowing like the things that you have been through in the back of your mind, do you think that did they make you like a little bit paranoid in a sense, or maybe overprotective?
I was very overprotective. I was very, very strict.
Really?
I mean, yeah. My kids would tell you some horror stories because I was determined not to let them go down that same path or be with somebody, that would hurt them. Now, my oldest daughter had an abusive husband.
Really?
Yeah, he really did. But I took care of that one.
Okay.
So
Not gonna ask how.
yeah, just leave that one alone.
Okay.
But she was injured really bad from a car accident because of him chasing her.
Really?
Yeah, really bad. So she's okay.
Good.
But she has a rod in her femur.
Mm-hmm.
She broke a collarbone, and there's just a lot of damages. But yeah, so she's okay now. But you hear people talk about generational curses.
I was kind of curious if you were
Yeah.
gonna go there.
Yeah. And I used to feel that a lot of stuff that my girls went through, like I said, I didn't raise my son, but a lot of stuff that my girls went through with their husbands was it because of something that I did or didn't do. And for a long time, I really felt that. I mean, they weren't, like my oldest daughter he was abusive, you know. My youngest daughter, he wasn't abusive. He was just a womanizer. He was running around with everybody. So that made her go to another female. Yeah. So it does affect them.
Yeah.
But being overprotective really doesn't help because they don't get to know. And I didn't tell them a lot of stuff. So they didn't know a lot of things that I went through until they were much, much older. Then it's like, oh, so that's why you did this, or that's why you beat us up. Yeah, that's why I didn't let anybody run over you guys. Yeah. I would fight for them. I would take a guy out. It didn't matter when it comes to my children.
Right.
I remember telling the police once, you better find them
before I
find them.
Yeah.
Well, miss, you can't do that. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you now. You better find them before I did. And they did.
Good.
So it makes you hard in a sense.
Tell me how you said that being overprotective doesn't help. I think that, so I've got an 11-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, I forget, and a 5-year-old.
Okay.
So I've got 4 children of my own, 2 daughters, 2 sons.
Okay.
And I try my best not to be overbearing. Like my daughters, they love wearing the shirts with the halter tops. And, I'm the dad who's like, hey, go change.
Yeah.
But a part of that is me being overprotective because as a man, like I know what I see when I am out in public. Correct. And I know how other men are the same way. Correct. But you said they didn't get a chance to learn on their own. I know that there is no perfect answer when it comes to parenting.
Right.
But as far as being overprotective is concerned, what do you think that you would say to parents now, new parents who have children who kind of operate on the side of being slightly overprotective?
You're going to have to let your child fall sometimes. If a child doesn't fall sometimes, they're not going to know how to handle it when they do. Let them know what's out there. Don't sugarcoat anything to a child. They are more perceptive than you think they are. So I would say tell them what the real world is, not to scare them to the point where they don't want to go out there, but scare them enough to where they will know what to do if they see it. Guide them, love them, tell them what you went through instead of saying, don't worry about it, just handle what's going on now. No, share your experiences with them and let them see from a different perspective. If you have a daughter, let her talk to her uncles to say, okay, you see how that girl is dressing? What do you think of? What do you think of that? And if they say, well, it's okay, she's just, no, that's not what God says. Your body is your body. If you're going to put it out there, then it doesn't belong to you anymore.
Right.
Everybody else is going to see you the way that you don't want them to see you. You have to respect yourself. And if a parent is telling a child, especially a girl, that, then they will probably be okay. They may still follow,
Right.
They want it because it's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute.
I understand.
But the way the world is now,
yeah,
that's not the way it's going to be perceived.
Right.
It's going to be perceived differently. But if you don't tell them that,
Mm-hmm.
they think it's just a style and it's cute,
Mm-hmm.
or they're getting attention. Give that girl, your daughters, as much love and affection that you can, so that they won't go out there and try to find it from someplace else.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, at some point, you decided to get real with your kids and kind of tell them what you've been through, I assume. What age were they when you decided it was time for them to kind of know how, or to know a little bit more about your experiences?
For my oldest daughter, since she was the one who got in trouble most of the time, I think she was probably like 13.
13? Oh, that's still young, though.
She's still young.
Yeah.
But she would try me every year.
I'm sure.
Every year she turned older, it's like, I'm still your mama. But she got into some trouble once at school because she has a temper. Really, really. She had. She sort of still has. But she got in trouble at school because we lived in Utah. And it was predominantly, and this kid kept picking at her. And she took a box cutter to school. And she didn't hurt him, but she let him know, I'm not the one. So she got in trouble. And they arrested her.
Wow.
Yeah. And naturally, they arrested her, even though she's saying this is what he's done. She had a knot on the side of her head where he had threw something and hit her right here. That hurts if you get hit there. So at the time, I was in the service and I was away training. So when the policeman called me, I said, leave her there. She'll be okay. And he says, well, we're not going to put her in with everybody else. She'll be okay. I said, then leave her there. And she was having a cow. But then when I got back and I went and got her, I said, so this is why I'm doing this to you, because I don't want you to go down the wrong path. Do you know what I've been through? No, Ma, I don't. So a lot of stuff was told to her then, and she understood. So she was able to sort of curb that temperament to where she wasn't so ready to fight, talk it out or whatever. But she goes back and forth. Sometimes he's a child, but they did not know that I had been through that. So they made them more protective of me. It turned around.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts now then on disciplining your children? Because I know that it's one thing for you to say, hey, what was daughter's name?
Katrina.
Hey, Katrina, don't do this. And at some point, I'm sure she said, well, I'm going to do it anyway.
She got knocked out. No, not well, sort of.
It's okay. It's a statute of limitation.
Yeah. Like I said, she would try me every year, but I just wasn't having it. I didn't want them afraid of me, but I wanted them to respect me. Right, yeah. So if I'm telling you to do something and you got a mouth to tell me that you're not, my mom used to tell us, I will knock you out, or I will knock your mouth off, whatever. Or one of her favorite sayings was, I brought you in this world and I take you out. I still say that. And my kids are way old. But I didn't spare the belt. I didn't. If that's what they deserved, then that's what they got. Yeah. I didn't overly hurt them, but they knew when I say do something, don't question me. Just do it. I'm not going to tell you anything that's going to hurt you or harm you. Yeah. So they learned.
How do you think that I guess, now there's gentle parenting.
Don't work. It does not work.
So gentle parenting doesn't work. Why do you think it doesn't work?
I know it doesn't work, at least for mine.
Why didn't it work for yours?
Well, because I have 2 grandchildren that live here. Okay, and this is Trina's kids. Okay. She's Trina's kids. She had 3. She lost her son when he was 19, Richie. Yeah, when he was 19, he was killed. Yeah. So, but she's always brought the kids up to to be open and free and speak whatever they want to say. So by the time they were big enough to where she got tired of them talking back, it was too late, because, and my granddaughter is a prime example. I love Leah. Leah's the only granddaughter. Everybody else, I have all these grandsons, but she's the only granddaughter.
You said you got 7 grandchildren, right?
She's the only girl.
Wow.
She's the only girl. And just a beautiful person. She truly is. But she's like her mom. She has a mouth, And so now when she turned 18, she wanted to say whatever she wanted to say to my daughter. And I said, and then she would come tell me, I said, why are you telling me? I told you not to do that. So children now, if you give them too much freedom, they don't know how to rein it back in. And they're going to say whatever they want to say, and then the disrespect comes in. My kids are, like I said, way old. My daughter is 57, She will not disrespect me. And she'll tell you quick, I'm not telling my mama that, because that's the way I brought them up, So you have a happy medium. I know they say quiet, put them in timeout and don't yell and never only spank them on the tush or what. No. I wasn't brought up like that. Whatever was handy for my mom, that's what we got hit with. My mother did not play. So that sort of went over into my bringing up my children. I mean, I didn't hit them with just anything. I really didn't. But when I told them to do something, they did, because they know I did not. I wasn't going to tolerate that. Right. So I think parents today, you don't have to be your child's friend. You're not their friend. You're their parent. But a lot of parents want to be their friend. Yeah. That's not going to make them respect you. Yeah. It's not going to make them obey you. That's not going to make them do and want to be like you, because you're giving them everything. That's not the way to do it. Money is not free. No, it's not. They're not entitled to anything, but they want to be. Or if you bring a child up giving them every single thing, they think that's what they're entitled to. They're not going to work for it. Just go ask dad. Go ask mom. Just go cry. They'll give it to you, because that's the way that they've been shown to get what they want. Yeah. That's not the way this world is going to let them survive in.
No. And that's how it's funny. It's just like you saying that you tell your kids stuff early because they need to learn things on their own. And if you don't expose them to things earlier, like when you told your children 13 what's going on, it opened their eyes up. And it's the same, I guess, with raising children. This is how the world really works. Because unfortunately, a lot of people grow up and they get into their 20s and then they don't know how to interact with the real world because their parents didn't expose them to enough. So I'm curious. So that we're like big on health as a family. You're 74. You don't.
Soon to be.
Soon to be 74.
I'm 74 in September.
In September. Yeah. You're 73. You don't look 73. What is your secret, if anything? Because in taking into consideration this, I think people who have, so I told you I sat down with 100 or so seniors since October. Okay. And hearing their stories, 9 times out of 10, I can see what people have gone through on their face. People wear their struggles. What you've shared with me so far, it doesn't look like you've been through any of those difficult things. I know that God has special ways of preserving his children. I'm wondering, outside of God's grace, what are some of the things that you do physically, like some of the most important things to you, just to maintain your sharp mind, the functioning body? There's 2 flights of stairs coming up to where we are today. Yeah. And not a lot of people that are 73 and 74 can make it up 2 flights of stairs.
I work out a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, not as much as I used to. I was telling your mom that. Mm-hmm. Not as much as I used to. 6 days a week, I'm working out. 5 o'clock every morning, I'm already working out at 5. Because 1 hour every morning, 5
To this
o'clock.
day.
To this day,
Wow.
every morning. I teach an exercise class at my church once a week, full body workout. I do lift weights. I do jog.
You jog?
I jog.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of that is due to the military. I've always been an active person.
Yeah.
But I got more into fitness after I joined the service, and it never left. It never left. I do eat junk food.
That's okay.
I like peanuts and jelly beans.
Okay.
So that's my downside right there.
Peanuts and jelly beans.
Have to be mixed.
Wait a minute. You mix peanuts and jelly beans?
I mix Planters, peanuts, and jelly beans.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
That's my vice.
Okay.
That's my vice. But I do try to take care of myself.
Yeah.
I don't handle stress well because I don't want it. So I don't internalize much. If I'm feeling something and it's with someone, like if say you and I was talking about something and it's like, no, that ain't right. I'm going to tell you, no, that ain't right. You know. So I don't hold anything in. And the older I get, the more I release it.
Yeah.
And I've been like that for a long time.
Okay.
I do pray.
Good.
Constantly.
Yeah.
I'm in church. I'm a deaconess in my church.
Okay.
You know, so I'm very active with God. I talk to him all the time. And he did bless me with good genes.
Okay.
My mom did not look like she was 92 when she passed.
I believe it.
So the genes are there. But I do try to eat right. You know, I don't eat pork, don't eat beef. I eat chicken. I eat turkey. I love salmon. Shellfish I'm allergic to, so I don't eat any of that. I'm not a chocolate person.
Okay.
So I don't.
Other than peanuts and jelly beans.
Peanuts and jelly beans. That's
you're
my
not much of a
advice.
sweet. Okay.
No. So.
Okay. I do have one final question, though.
Okay.
One of the reasons I love sitting down with people that are just like a generation older than me, one generation. Maybe a generation.
Maybe two.
Almost two. I wasn't trying to insult you, but.
No, I'm good.
2 generations. After sitting down with so many people, I realized that our experiences, although are not identical, but the same. I think that everybody on this earth, all humans, all of our experiences exist somewhere in this bubble, and there's a lot of overlap. And one of the shames of it is that we don't share these experiences often. And one of the things that I'm finding is, especially people in my generation, we are repeating the same mistakes that our parents and our grandparents made because we didn't seek out the advice or wisdom from those same people. So that in mind, you serve a lot at your church, so I'm sure you see your fair share of younger people in our generation. What is something that you're seeing that's common? If you could snap your fingers and fix it, what would it be? And what would you say? What would be the prescription to solve that problem?
I think just their sense of entitlement. You know, they don't want to work. They want people to give it to them.
Yeah.
They feel like they're entitled to it. That's not the way the world is. You know, we're not entitled to living.
Right.
You know, so why would you think that you're entitled to having everything? You know, don't look at just material things. You can have a fine car and, you know, money in the bank and a beautiful home, but where's your spirit? Where's your soul? What legacy are you going to leave? And if your legacy is just material things, you haven't left anything. You know, you've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul. You cannot take it with you. So therefore, don't put all your worth into what you have, but put your worth into your legacy that you can leave for your children, you know, or your grandchildren or your husbands or whatever, but leave a solid foundation for them and not just a sense of gimme. You know, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
So in 40 years, when Rose is with her father, what will be your legacy? What do you think it will be? Or maybe what will those who have been blessed by your presence say your legacy was?
My daughter summed it up really quick one day. She said, "Mom, you either exercising or saving souls." So I want my legacy to be that I've done everything that I can do for his kingdom, that I've told as much as I can tell to whoever that I can tell it to, who my father is and where he's brought me from, you know, because I would not be here who I am if it was not for God. And I thank him for everything that I've gone through because it's made me who I am. It's not, my past doesn't define me. It just strengthens me. So that's what I hope people will remember, is that I am this way all the time. If you don't want to know the truth, don't ask me, because that's the only way I know how to be.
Yeah.
So I just thank him, and I just want people to remember me as being the best that I could be for God, not for man.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
You good?
That's it. Can I give you a hug?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.